tabs for this lesson and anything else you see me play on YouTube if you go to www.erichaugenguitar.com. Let's talk about what equipment I'm using. This is a USA GNL Legacy, I think it's just called a Legacy. These are Lindy Fralin pickups. I'm in the neck pickup of this guitar today. I am going into my board using my Strymon Deco with the saturation maxed out, as much crunch as I could get out of it. With this guitar, that's about as much as you get. These pickups are pretty chill. The Strymon Deco is giving the crunch, going into the Strymon Flint for a little bit of reverb, going into my old Silvertone 1484. Today I have, this is not the original speaker mic'd up. It's actually a Mesa Boogie speaker that I pulled out of a Studio 22 that you're listening to. So that's what we got. Tuning-wise, I'm in open D tuning with a capo at the 3rd fret. So I'm tuned D, A, D, F sharp, A, D, and then capoed at 3. You could similarly probably figure this out, open E tuning, capo 1, or if you were weird, you could probably crank the guitar up to open F, but depending on the guitar, might not be a good idea. So this is like this was the song, honestly, the reason I chose it is because this is the first time I heard Ry Cooder. This is from a not very well-known Clarence Gatemouth Brown record from the 90s, I think, but I always liked this solo, so I transcribed it. So it's a blues, or it's not even really a blues. It's kind of more of a gospel song, because I don't even think there's a 4 chord, not at least in the solo. It's all F and C, just 1 and 5. So it opens up with a... Now I just put that in there in the backing track, so it kind of sounds nice. The entrance at 0. We'll call that 10, back to 0. And then really this solo is Ry Cooder copying the melody. So that lick, let's do it without the slide first. Notice again with slide technique, I like to, for at least Ry, I'm going to hang my thumb across those strings, the low strings, and use mostly my pointer finger up top to get a nice articulate sound where I don't, I can keep things in control. Tab-wise, let's see, that's O, 2, O. Then you're sliding between 3 and 4. I'm counting from the capo. That's the lick. Because that's the vocal melody. Again, notice how when I put that slide down on that 4 there, can we see it? Yeah, we can see it. I'm angling away. So I'm not going... I'm angling that slide so I just touch the edge. Let's see if I can get it clear. And then I just hit some zeros. And then the second phrase is very similar. O, 2, O. Playing around with those O's and 2's on that B string. Again, notice thumb is down there. And then, so that's 4, 2, O on that D string. Now you can do it with your finger. Or with the slide, really depending on your mood, it doesn't ultimately matter. I noticed that's the thing about Ry is you think he's using slide a lot more, but it's because he's got flat wound strings on here, and that's what I have on this, flat wound 12s, that like the difference in sound, pretty similar. So he can trick you with what you think is a slide is a finger. So first 2. I'll probably just use my finger. Third phrase. That's kind of my favorite phrase. So again, 0's and 2's. That's kind of neat. He hits that open F sharp string or G string. And then sliding up to, we're going to say that's 5 because it's 5 away from the capo. And so that from capo, that's 4, 7, 7. Now you just caught me do a Duane Allman trick there. Again, thumbs hung over. That's the Duane Allman Rake. I don't know if actually Ry does that. I just find myself doing that often. So yeah, again, that thumb is blocking, and that's 4 to 7. You see Derek Trucks do that too. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's a cool thing to do. So that phrase, staying right there. If that is 7, we're going to call that 9. And they'll kind of walk up in those gospel notes. And then this is fun. We're going to call that, I guess, I don't know. When I get this high far away from the capo, I start to count it as it actually is. So it's 15. And yeah, I like to do a little hop there. Again, I don't know if he actually does that. He might just go. I just find myself doing that. And then back down. That's again 3 to 4, 2 to 0. And it's neat the way he does his syncopation. The first time, again, slide to a finger, you know, back and forth. Second time, a slight difference. So you got second time. So it's 3 up top to make room for more notes down below. That's so cool. So again, that's a 3 to 4. A quick 3, 2, 0. And then quickly switch to your finger. And again, watch this hand when I do that. See how clean that is? Yeah, I don't think it'll work with a pick. Yeah, you kind of have to use your fingers to get this, which I guess is why he does use his fingers. So that was that lick. And then his closer lick, still just playing around with those 3s and 4s, because that's cool. That's your flat third to the major third of the key, that's bluegrass, that's blues, that's folk, that's jazz. That's what everybody. That's the sound of coolness. Yeah, it's great. Little gospel thing. 3, 4, 3, 4, 0, 2, 0. And then kind of works his way out. 0, 2, 0, 1. Odd choice, but cool. So what do we got there? Once you're done with that part, you're done with the slide for this solo. And then you got 2 to 4 on that D string. 0 to 0. And this I think of as a Hendrix thing. So that was O hammering onto 2. And I think, you know, me, I just go to the octave at the end, the 15. Let's see if I can play the whole thing slowly. Great, I mean, what a cool solo, just full of great Ry Cooder ideas. Very different than what we often think of as slide, like our... You know, great song, but it's not that. It's, yeah, it's neat the way it's all down open and very gospel and pretty. Well, I hope that's interesting and helpful for you. Thanks so much for watching.